Nobody on the internet teaches this anywhere. And in fact, you can Google volume impetus and it's going to come up. I don't know what the hell that means. Isn't that something some idiot Canadian guy goes on about? And the funny thing is this will become industry standard the day after I die. The day after I die, this will become like fucking legend. We'll look at this ruin, I guess. We'll be sacrilegious and go onto the tether. Let's see what we got there. Is that any better? Got a bit more data. Kind of help. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. First and foremost, I mean, do we have trade location? All I really want you to do is just always ask yourself, are we at, or, and if you want to buy, are we at or below reload zones? So there's your reload zone off of that entire range. And down here, absolutely. In fact, you know, any of you that want to get into the habit of doing 78.6 to 88.6 as your venture capital reload zone, well, or even lower than that. So they're just basically giving this thing away. Is the previous downtrend over? Well, not a bad idea just to throw on some trend lines and ask, are we Wing out on the other side of this trend line? No. So it isn't in yet. So I don't think we're like trending higher here yet. We could probably crisp this up a little bit and go doink and zoink. And then we could probably also do another one off of here. Ah, interesting. So this downtrend line, notice that's what this move was all about. So the buy signal on the break of this trend line to take us up to this trend line is right there. That's what that W is, right there. AB equals CDs. This probably, you know what this looks like? This looks like an alt AB equals CD. So we go A to B and do your bullish bots and all that kind of fun stuff. 33, 66. Is this log? No, it's regular. Then we will throw on the alt A, B, C, D levels. That would be the bullish bot. That's where its objective is. What do you think the odds are? This is like 1.618. I'd say probably pretty good. Boom. Oh, look at that. Fuck me. Isn't that incredible when you see that? So if you ever do see an AB equals CD working, do yourself a favor and just throw on the alt ABCD levels. And if we get a stab up to 1.618 of this move, this is almost like a no-brainer. I tell you, I don't really like ever sort of saying that this is a no-brainer, but when I tell you, whenever I see these AB equals CDs and we run up to 1.618 of this range, 99 times out of 100, 9,999 times out of 10,000, the market will reverse off of this. Do yourself a favor and just go and just keep this in the back of your mind going forward. All right, I want to watch this and let's see if this actually happens the way this clown's talking about it. You'd be surprised. This little W down here, you know, considering that was the 877 level there, I mean, I really like the idea of taking profits there anyway. You know, do you want to just sort of keep spoon feeding and stuff as we hit here and then here? Yeah, okay. Probably also too, we could go from here up to here, right? And then do things like reload zones and interesting 1.618, just sort of like the midpoint. In fact, actually, these trap bulls is a really good example of trap bulls. So these guys right here, they were desperately looking for some sort of relief, and that's exactly what that rally gave them. That rally right there gave them the opportunity to get the fuck out of this thing, and whew, no more sleeping in the doghouse. So I think it makes sense what's going on here. You know, your job as a trader, I suppose, is to just like be laser beam focused, and probably something like there to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, break it, give me a W, and away we go. And of course, we had this major trend line, almost like a weekly trend line. Broke it, give me a W. Come on, where's your W? Oh, there it is. Go. So I think you had pretty good reasons to think long down in here. All right, so now the question is, what do the indicators look like? Holy crap, look at that OBV. Son of a bitch. I don't know whether you can see that. I mean, there's so many reasons to be bullish down here. This is ridiculous. This probably actually even makes like a Davo. This actually should have come up as a Davo screen result. I don't know whether you can see this or not, but hopefully you can see. When we get W's, it's not the best one, but it is there. W in RSI, W in Willie, W in OBV, W in price. What do you think price is going to do if we see this many W's, not only in OBV, well, not only in the price oscillators, but also the volume oscillators? What do you think is going to happen here? Hint, hint, hint. That's what's going to happen. Kaboom! And more importantly, I mean, wow, look at this signal on volume. You know, anybody that's taken the level 1 program, the very first thing that should jump out at you is, you know, if you're thinking volume impetus, is notice the buyers just basically disappeared. Then they came back a little bit. Then they tried to disappear again, but notice the buyers did not go to new lows. So that means by definition, this is a W. Down, up, down, and the breakout is confirmed right there. So if you're trying to interpret volume impetus, wow, that is a monstrous signal right there. And then what you want to do is when you see a big W like this come in on the OBV, notice the green bar, right? That's what we're trying to pay attention to. And you see the breakout. So there's the breakout through the middle part of the W. So that's legit. Then you want to just look at the indicator, the actual OBV. Does this image actually correspond to what you're seeing out of the OBV study? I think the answer is yes. Do you understand how this bottom and the breakout here corresponds with the moving average cross, and of course higher highs and higher lows on OBV? I mean, that's the secret to this stuff. Not too difficult. And really what you want to do is you want to see, you know, again, you could call this confluence. I mean, it's interesting that you asked about this particular asset, because you're not going to get a better example of a volume impetus buy signal around. You're just not. And, you know, like I said there a minute ago, what happened after this? Holy shit. You know, like Eddie, we were bantering recently, and he's kind of like, you know, and I think Eddie is going to be richer than all of us put together at the end of all this. He was even pointing out that, you know, what I really need to see for me to get uber bullish is I need to see the volume come in. So there is about the absolute best example of volume coming in, and the volume coming in and it being confirmed by the indicator. And the end result is fucking Lambo Central.